And he's got an ugly-looking 8 deuce. He won't play that, Mike.
That's over to Ron Azor. He's got a queen 10 offsuit here. He just won a good pot with a queen 10, but throws this one away. Now it's around to Elke, who's going for his second WPT title this season. He limps in with the queen 7. It's called the computer hand.
And Yevgeniy with a 4-5, content to see 3 cards. Here's the flop.
Well, flop comes Jack, Jack 10. No help to either player. Elke checks. Yevgeniy checks right behind him.
Turn card comes up, another jack. Check again by Elke.
Yevgeniy checking right behind him. Here comes the river card. Oh, a 5 comes off. Yevgeniy has made a full house on the river. Elke has checked. And the checking is over for Yevgeniy here. He's made a full house. He's going to try to get a little value bet in here, I'm sure. Yes, he does. 375,000. And the way this hand was played, Elke could very well think his queen high is the best hand, and indeed he does, because he's made the call. His instincts were right. His opponent had 2 little cards. Unfortunately for Elke, one of them was a 5. Yevgeniy made a full house on the river to take down the pot.
That is right. The Frenchman choking on his baguette right there. Just not pleased with that call, that last card. Just a mess. Blind still at 100 and 200,000. 7 days we've been going here at Bellagio for this event. The best pros in the world play this event, and we're down to these 4. Now Tel Aviv's Ron Azor quickly folding.
I'm all in.
Look at this, Elke with ace-10 says all in. Yeah, a couple folds behind him, Mike.
So Elke moves in and picks up that pot. Elke knows he's going to have to start making a move if he's going to catch up with Yevgeniy. You know, you just can't sit back and let this guy just continue to dominate the table like he has been. At some point, you got to draw your sword in the sand and start making stands and gambling a bit to pick up some chips.
All right. Quick fold by Yevgeniy. And now Christian Harder with an ace-8 of spades. He's gone all in with it.
That's the only hand we've seen him have at this entire final table was 2 queens, and he got outplayed by the amateur on that hand. Here he's moving all in with ace-8 of spades. You can't blame him for that. He's on the short stack.
He'd be in great place here because Ron, who's considering this, has an ace-7.
I call.
Well, he's going to make the call, thinking Christian might be a little desperate. But right behind them, Elke Grospier actually has the best hand with ace-jack of hearts.
Interesting. One guy is raised all in, the other guy calls.
I'm all in.
Whoa, unbelievable. Usually in this situation, a guy with an ace-jack will just get out of the way and let them 2 fight it out. Not Elke Grospier. That gives you a glimpse why he's the WPT Player of the Year. His instincts are correct. He's got the best hand. He's moved in over the top.
How much more? How much more?
Well, Yevgeniy all smiles because he recognizes there's a chance 2 of them could get knocked out here, and he could be playing heads up for this title very shortly.
They had a side pot, of course. Christian is already all in.
Can you tell me how much?
885.
So it's an additional close to 900,000. And I think Ron Azor is obviously priced in.
But Elke Grospier in great shape to take down a pot that's going to have well over $7 million in it.
Ron has made this call, the father of 3. Gonna gamble.
אני הכי רע. לא יאומן.
Elke Grospier has got to love this situation. He has the best hand.
These 3 players, their poker destiny on the line.
Right.
We're coming back with the conclusion of this massive pot. Stay with us here on the World Poker Tour.
In great shape to win over a $7.5 million pot. He's out in front with the ace-jack. Christian with the ace-8. Ron with the ace-7.
Here comes the first 3. Oh, and look at this flop. King 3-7. Ron has got the piece of the pair of 7s.
Jack well one time.
Unbelievable. Now Christian needs an 8 to win the pot. Elke's going to need to catch a jack or 2 running cards to make a flush, 2 running cards to make a straight.
Another 7 I want.
Guy that came in with the worst hand gets it on the flop. Here's the turn card.
Well, a queen comes off. That gives Elke an ace-high straight draw. He can now win the pot with a jack or a 10.
10 one time.
Christian must catch an 8 to win the pot.
10.
It is coming down to the river.
10.
We're down to the river card.
10.
The amateur's got to
10.
dodge a jack, 10, or an 8. Can he do it?
10.
2.
The deuce of clubs comes right off. So the amateur businessman from Israel is going to take down that pot, and Elke Grospier and Christian Harder are going to be eliminated from this tournament on the same hand. Now Christian will be our 4th place finisher because in tournament poker, if 2 or more players are all in on the same hand and get eliminated, the guy who started the hand with more money gets the higher finishing position. In that case, that would be Elke. But what a way to go out for the WPT Player of the Year.
Christian's going to pick up $571,000. Elke Grospier going to take home $776,000. Body parts strewn in the darkness here at Bellagio.
Getting tired of the same old routine? The same games? Play something fresh and exciting in the WPT Global Casino. Games like Poker Flips, Lava Lions, and Speakeasy Boost are all waiting for you right now. Register on WPT Global today and use promo code YTCasino and be eligible for our generous welcome offers.
His youth defies his experience at the poker table.
All right, the heads-up action has begun. And Ron Azor with an ace-5 with the button.
Raise it.
He's going to raise with the ace. He's got about $9 million in front of him.
He picks up an ace high on the button, so he pops it up to $650,000. Yevgeniy going to make the call with the Queen Jack.
That is right.
Now we get some action finally.
Yeah.
Ron, of course, playing in his first
nice
ever
coming to see
WPT
it.
event. Yevgeniy just 21 years old.
Yep, and a flop comes up junk. 9-6-3, helping neither player.
Now Yevgeniy is checked.
Now Ron, nothing really hitting there, but will he make the continuation bet?
Ron's going to make the continuation bet.
Raise.
$550,000. And look at this. Yevgeniy is going to raise it with just a queen high here.
900,000 more.
He's going to raise it 900,000 more. All of a sudden, that ace high is going to shrink up, I can tell you.
What a raise with just queen high.
We told you this kid had game. He's demonstrating it right here, outplaying his opponent by check raising there with just a queen high.
That was a nice move by the 21-year-old. Popping back over the top. Just a good read on Ron Azor. Okay, maybe I am a believer. He does this day in, day out. Maybe he can beat up the amateur here.
That was an impressive play, Vince, let me tell you. Ron did everything he could there. He raised before the flop. He bet on the flop. He just got outplayed.
All right, to this hand we go. Our chip leader has an ace-6 with the button. Caps his cards.
Yeah, he's reaching for raising chips. He's going to bet $450,000.
Into Ron, who
I call.
just has a 10-8. That could be a little tilt money going in.
Well, wants to see a flop here.
And you're going to see it, Ron.
Oh, it's come Jack 10-9. So Ron has the best hand with 2 10s and an open-end straight draw.
So on him first, he checks.
Now that's a very dangerous flop for Yevgeniy. He's ace high. He checks also.
Oh, but again, he catches the ace.
Well, he now has the best hand with 2 aces. Actions on Ron, the amateur businessman from Israel.
There's Ron's friend, chuckling it up on the rail.
Well, Ron's going to bet. It's like $560,000.
And Yevgeniy's caught his aces.
Yep, he's quickly calling him with the 2 aces. So Yevgeniy out in front. Ron is going to have to improve his hand to win the pot, and he does so as a 7 comes off.
Oh, boy.
Ron Azor has made a straight. He has 7, 8, 9, 10 Jack, and he is betting $800,000. And he might be right, Vince. Luck might be on his side. We saw it when he eliminated 2 players with the worst hand a little while back.
I call.
Here he's made a straight on the river to win this pot. He gets paid off by Yevgeniy. So the amateur businessman making a move here
Nice side.
in picking up a nice pot.
And Yevgeniy's going to be kicking himself for not raising on the turn with the aces.
You should be careful when the 7 coming up.
Mr.
My
Israel,
lucky number.
Ron Azor takes down a good one.
well, the big cash and the WPT World Championship title are still up for grabs. And had a 5.5 to 1 chip lead over David Chu.
Raise.
Yet David came back and took down the title in this event. Let's see if Ron can come back from not as far a deficit.
With the king 9 this time, and the button he's going to raise. Yep, he makes it 700,000 to go.
Yevgeny's got the queen jack again. He's going to make the call.
We're going to see more action here at the beautiful Bellagio in Las Vegas. Here's the flop.
Flop comes ace, jack, 7 with 2 spades. Yevgeniy now has the best hand with 2 jacks. He checks. And right behind him, Ron checks the king high. Now the deuce of spade comes off. So Yevgeniy thinks his 2 jacks are the best hand. Indeed they are. He is reaching for chips.
900,000.
And he is going to bet 900,000.
Raise.
Look at this. The amateur is going to raise with the king high flush draw. Unbelievable.
Yep, not much hesitation, but
1.6 million more.
he's got the boldness to put it out there, an additional 1.6 million.
Well, Vince, you just don't expect amateurs to come over the top and raise you with nothing. It's going to be very tough to call this with just 2 jacks with 3 spades out there, as well as an ace.
Amazing. It's his first WPT tournament, and the way he's playing like a champion.
Show the bluff. King of spades. King of spades.
Take that, you 21-year-old twerp. That's what he's saying to himself.
Yeah, how about that playing day in, day out against the amateur now, son?
Well, as you can see, both players have a lot of big blinds left, meaning there's a lot of time to play. Ron has 61 big blinds. Yevgeniy has 108. And folks, after 7 days of play, to have this many big blinds left playing heads-up poker shows me what great structure that they've got here at Bellagio.
The players at Bellagio that play this tournament love this structure. We move on. Action on Yevgeniy Timoshenko. Well, Yevgeniy right now is going to raise with a Doyle Brunson hand 10 deuce. Makes it 450,000 to go. And Ron Azor is going to call with a queen 3.
Well, that's the Doyle Brunson hand. Doyle hand, of course, the 10 deuce suited.
When the flop comes up ace 6-6, no help to either player.
Ron's going to check. Here Yevgeniy going to make the continuation bet with absolutely nothing.
Yep. Mr. Day in, day out, bets 525.
And Ron lays his hand down. Now, Vince, with 11 players left in this tournament, Yevgeniy had a 10 deuce in his hand. Him and Jennifer Harmon went to war before the flop. They got all the money in. Jennifer had 2 aces. He had a 10 deuce. He had a deuce on the flop, a 10 on the turn to knock Jennifer Harmon out of this tournament with 11 players left. A very tough beat for Jennifer.
Oh, it's a great game. Hi, Jennifer.
Raise.
All right, back to the table. And Ron this time has a 5-6 offsuit. He's going to make it 650,000 to go. Now Yevgeniy behind him with a midlife crisis. 44. It's a pair of 4s.
It's the kind of hand you could come over the top with. You might call to want to see a flop. You're out of position here.
And right now, Ron Azor is back to about 11.6 million.
Well, Yevgeniy's going to make the call with the 2 4s. So here comes the flop. Oh, it's 10-7-4. Yevgeniy has flopped bottom set. Ron Azor has flopped an open-end straight draw. Yevgeniy checks.
Yes, he does.
Ron is going to bet 700,000.
And right now, high school musical songs going off in Yevgeniy's head.
Raise.
Well, he is going to raise it.
And now he gets to raise him up with his 3 of a kind.
1.4.
Makes it 1.4 million more. Vince, I think Ron is supposed to make this call because if by chance you hit a 3 or an 8 here, you got a chance to double up and take the lead in this tournament. And he is going to make the call, so he's gambling with the open-end straight draw. Yevgeniy well out in front with the 3 4s.
Potential pot of the tournament. Anything can happen, but Ron didn't hit.
Well, king of spade comes off. That's going to be a scare card for both opponents. Yevgeniy going to be fearful his opponent was drawing at spades and made a flush. And the truth is, Ron might be thinking the same thing. Yevgeny's going to check. Now, Ron does have a flush draw with the 5 of spade and an open-end straight draw. But I don't see Yevgeniy going anywhere if he bets, so he better be a little careful right here.
But Ron is a crazy man. He has done crazier things in his life. He could push here. Will he do it?
Vince, he's got a nice hand just to draw to.
He slows down. He's going to see the card without paying.
So here comes that river card. Oh, a 10 comes up. Yevgeniy has got a full house now. He's got 4s full of 10s. Action is on him. Now, sometimes when you hit a river card like this and make a full house, you don't know whether you should bet or check your opponent and give him a chance to bluff at it in case he has nothing. That's exactly the situation here.
I check.
He does check it.
Okay.
He has thrown him some rope, and Ron has grabbed it, and it's just a matter of how much he's going to lose in this pot.
Oh, boy, he is digging the hole, putting the twigs and the branches over it, waiting for the sucker to fall in, and that is Ron. He is betting $1.6 million of wasted cash.
Well, Vince, now you see the beauty of checking a full house on the river here. So your opponent, if he has nothing, might bluff at the pot. And here comes the raise.
7 million.
Comes back over the top for another 5.4.
Well, he said $7 million in total. Now the amateur businessman is not going to like it. Obviously, Ron can't call it with a 6 high, but what a well-played hand by Yevgeniy there.
Yevgeniy Timoshenko coming ever so close to taking home the WPT World Championship. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action in a moment.
Getting tired of the same old routine? The same games? Play something fresh and exciting in the WPT Global Casino. Games like poker flips, Lava Lions, and Speakeasy Boost are all waiting for you right now. Register on WPT Global today and use promo code YTCasino and be eligible for our generous welcome offers.
Back to the table. Ron Azor from Tel Aviv.
Nice.
He's got an ace-4 this time. He's down to $7 million in chips.
Well, he is going to raise it here. Makes it $745,000 to go. But Yevgeniy picks up yet another nice hand. He's got ace-jack. Has his opponent dominated. And Vince, you got to say this guy's held the most cards at this final table as well. But in poker, when you're playing well and running well, that's a tough combination to beat. And right now, that is Yevgeniy.
2.4 total.
Well, Yevgeniy has come back over the top of this one. He makes it $2.4 million.
Well, if Ron opts to go with this hand, this could do it, folks. Let's see Yevgeniy getting out of the way here. And Ron would have to get very lucky once again to win a big pot. He did it earlier at this final table, and he eliminated 2 players on the same hand. But here, he makes a good laydown, gets away from that ace-4.
Respect for young blood, and we move on.
Vince, how can you not respect this guy? If he wins tonight, he'll have over $3 million in career earnings in live tournament play, because around the world in certain locations you can play at 18. He won an event on the Asian Poker Tour in Macau for $500,000. He won an event at the 2007 Irish Open. Finished at a final table at the World Series of Poker Europe last year.
480,000.
Here he is at the WPT World Championship final.
Call.
Yevgeniy Timoshenko going to raise his time with just queen deuce, making it $480,000 to go. Ron with 5-4 calls, and the flop comes up. They both hit. Yevgeniy with queens, Ron with his 5s.
Check.
Ron has checked it.
It's top pair versus bottom pair, but Ron also has a flush draw.
600,000.
Well, 600,000 is the bet,
All in.
He says all in with just the 5s.
How much?
and that is a massive bet.
6, 7.
6 million.
He's got the pair and the flush draw. As we can see, it's the worst hand,
I fold.
and the youngster does lay it down.
Good fold.
But what a nice bet by Ron Azor right there to take that pot away from the kid.
Nice to do that. Bets on the come. This time it works out nicely. I gotta take a look at the Wonder Cam. Look at this. Ron would have gotten lucky on the river.
Well, look at the turn card, though. Yevgeniy would have made 2 pair in the turn, queens and deuces, lost to a flush on the river.
Okay, moving on. Cards being dealt once again, and the blinds are going up to 150, 300,000. Action's going to Ron Azor. And he's got an ace-4 this time.
Raise.
And he is going to raise it.
More 500.
Looks like he makes it 650,000 to go. And Yevgeny's going to make the call with the 6-5, hoping to catch a flop where he can eliminate his opponent.
Ron, a little bit amused by that, he seems. Can't shake the kid loose, and Ron's going to hit aces.
Now it's come ace, jack, 9. Yevgeny's going to check. Ron is reaching for chips. Those are $100,000 chips, so the bet is 800,000. Yevgeniy gets out of the way. And Ron Azor, you wonder if he's getting worn out, Vince. He's been playing for 7 days. And you just wonder if fatigue is setting in on him. The youngster looks as perky as the new Jack-in-the-Box.
Well, Ron is 45 years old. He's a father of 3. He's going after huge dollars here tonight. Started this event with 338 players. We're down to these 2. Fine play all around here tonight at Bellagio.
600.
And Yevgeniy this time with a 10 deuce, gonna make it 600.
You know, this hand is named for Doyle Brunson, but I got a feeling Yevgeniy has a real fondness for this hand. We told you he eliminated Jennifer Harmon from this tournament with 11 players left with a 10 deuce. We saw him win a pot earlier with it by bluffing. Here he's raised with it again, and even though he's flopped second pair here, Ron is out in front with 2 kings.
And Ron is gonna try to trap here a little bit. He has checked it.
Yevgeniy checks the 2 10s right behind him, not falling any traps.
Wow.
And look at this, a 5 comes off. Ron has now got kings and 5s. He's in a dominating position here. He's got 2 pair, kings up. Yevgeniy just has 2 10s.
And he makes a simple little 425,000 bet. And that's going to make Yevgeniy stick around. He's called it.
Well, the only way Yevgeniy can win this pot is to catch a 10 on the river. And he's done it, Vince.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Is this kid running good or what?
Well, that's a nightmare if you're Ron.
Well, he's still got kings up. But he doesn't like that 10 coming on the river. He checks it. You know Yevgeniy is going to bet, just a matter of how much.
Yeah.
1,500,000.
1,500,000 is the bet. The amateur sits up in his chair saying, what happened here? Now what he's hoping, of course, is his opponent had some kind of straight draw or flush draw and just is making a move here. He's got to try to figure that out. Does he want to call here or not? If he puts him on 3 10s, he'd make a great laydown, but I think it's going to be tough to lay this hand down the way it was played. Well, Ron's going to make the call, and he is going to wince when he sees that river card that beat him. Look at that. Yevgeniy catching another beautiful card on the end, and that 10 deuce might become his hand instead of Doyle Brunson's, Vince.
Ron Azor starting to look worn down. Yevgeniy sprinting to the finish line. Will he take his title on the WPT? We're coming back with the action in just a moment.
Amateur from Israel, Ron Azor, with just over $5 million. Yevgeniy has done nothing but extend his chip lead ever since he got to this final table. Could go wire to wire for the title.
Ron is called with an 8-7, but Yevgeniy picking up the kings.
Just incredible. He's not only playing well, he's catching so well. Here he's got 2 kings. Ron has limped in on the button.
500,000 more.
And now Yevgeniy is going to raise it $500,000 more with the 2 kings.
Yeah, blinds 150 and 3. Very expensive poker right now. But he's hooked his man, and that is Ron from Tel Aviv.
Well, there you see Ron. Hands on his head. Just hoping to catch some kind of flop. That's not going to do it as it comes ace, jack, deuce with 2 hearts.
Yeah, nothing hitting for Ron. Yevgeniy, though, is going to check. He sees that ace on the board. Let's see if he gets Ron to bet here.
Oh, Ron's going to check too. Now 9 comes off on the turn. Will Yevgeniy bet his kings now? Nope, he's going to check. Ron has the gut shot straight draw. A 10 would give him the win.
Ron stays out of the way. Another smart check behind him. And a 7 on the river.
900,000.
Well, 900,000 is now the bet.
And Ron caught a piece of that. Is he going to contribute another 900?
Well, he lays it down.
Yep.
And Vince, I'll tell you one thing, if body language would determine our champion, then pass the trophy to Yevgeniy. He looks fresh as a daisy. Well, Ron looks like he's been plowing the field all day.
Yeah. It's like one of those horses bearing out down the stretch. He is tiring. They've been playing for a long, long time. A big effort. He needs to turn things around very quickly here. To the table we go. Yevgeniy looking down at an ace-5.
Well, he's on the button in position. Staring over at a tired opponent. Has a dominating chip lead.
I'm all in.
Yevgeniy's going to push it. He's saying, you want to play, it's going to cost you everything, Ron. Ron with just a 10-3 offsuit.
Well, it would be a total gamble.
Big
He called his remaining money off of this hand, but no, he's going to muck it.
And Ron is turning into old man poker right now. Just no hope left, it seems like, getting whittled away. Just an aggravating, perky smile, though, by Yevgeniy.
The amateur from Israel, Ron Azor, if he could win one pot, it'd be back to about where they started this heads-up battle. I'm talking about 24 million to about 9 million. So he's really just one hand away from getting back to where this heads-up match began. Don't count him out yet.
raise.
Ron with queen 10 says raise.
600 more.
Going to raise it 600,000 more. And again, Yevgeniy picks up an ace high.
I'm all in.
And again, he goes all in.
Call.
Call?
And he's quickly called by Ron. He's just making a stand here.
Yeah, this could be it.
Well, as the cards lie,
You are good.
not quite a 3-2 underdog to win the pot, but Yevgeniy, the favorite to take down the title right here, right now. Let's see if he can do it.
We have long way together, huh? Long way.
Ron Azor
Okay.
We have long way together. Let's
smiling.
see.
Yeah.
His first ever WPT event. His poker destiny on the line right now for the next 5 cards.
8-9 jack on the flop.
Managing to joke.
Ace come. You're not so lucky. You come.
Here's the first 3.
Oh, a queen right in the door.
Yeah, Ron got the queen.
Come queen, jack, 7. So Ron out in
King
front with the
spades.
2 queens.
King of spades.
Well,
King of
Yevgeniy
spades.
says put the king of
Show me
spades out there.
Show me the 2.
We'll all have a
show me
straight
the
draw
2.
and a flush draw as well as the ace draw.
Spades?
2 diamond. 2 diamond.
Spade!
Well, the king of clubs comes off. Now that means Yevgeniy cannot catch an ace to win the pot because that'd give Ron an ace high straight.
Two pair.
The only way Yevgeniy can win this pot is to catch a 10 on the river. That would give him an ace high straight.
Ron loves his odds right now. River card coming up.
Oh, a 10 comes off.
No!
The youngster has again hit lightning on the river. This time, it gives him the title. Wow. And Vince, he not only plays great poker,
Lucky. Yeah.
Lady Luck smiling down on the youngster as well.
Nice playing with you. You played good.
What a performance by Yevgeniy to take down this WPT Championship title.
Thank you.
And Ron Azor in shock and awe, staring at the table in total disbelief. Yevgeniy Timoshenko, he is our champion, gonna take home over $2.1 million.